Next, we will talk about restrictions and rewards for complexes in faction warfare. We will cover in this video the types of complexes, what ships are allowed to enter, what are the tech restrictions, what are the restrictions on fleet size payouts, and what kind of rewards can you expect from each of these complexes. Let's start with types of complexes. There are 5 types of regular complexes in faction warfare. Scout is the smallest and Open is the largest. And also you have a special case, Battlefield, which spawns in frontline systems only, but essentially it is a complex as well, with a couple of special mechanics that we will cover separately. Each complex has a set of restrictions for the ships that can enter the complex and run it. If we talk about the allowed ships or allowed ship sizes, they go from frigates for scouts up to battleships in large complexes. So you have destroyers for smalls, cruisers for mediums, and there is no special complex for battle cruisers. You just go straight to battleships in the large complex. Open complex is not gated, so you can bring anything you want. Battlefield is gated, and the gate will allow only battleships and smaller. So essentially Battlefield is similar to a large complex in this regard. There are 2 restrictions on ship tech that can apply for every complex except Open. One restriction is called the Navy and the other is advanced. Navy complexes allow only Tech 1 and Navy ships to enter, and advanced complexes allow any ships to enter, aside a couple of borderline cases. Scouts and battlefields are always Navy type. There are no advanced scout, and battlefield is always the same. And our complexes, our gated complexes, can be Navy or advanced. I mentioned a couple of borderline cases, so let's cover them as well. The first borderline case is tech-free ships. Tech-free ships can enter only larger advanced complexes when their own size. So for example, tech-free destroyers can only enter mediums and above, and tech-free cruisers can only enter large complexes, not mediums. And the second borderline case is pirate and various special ships. In faction warfare, they are considered advanced type. So all pirate ships, all Sisters of Eve ships, and all Society of Conscious Thought ships are advanced in faction warfare. Next, let's talk about possible fleet payouts or sizes of plexes. This is a recent addition. This mechanic was rebalanced in March 2025. Previously, you had only 2 types of sizes. One is 1 and the other is 5. So the former would pay out only would give a full payout to 1 pilot, and the latter would give a maximum payout up to 5 pilots. It was rebalanced to prevent multi-boxing, to make it less attractive, and now you have size 5 complex only for the open type. So the open type always will pay out up to 5 pilots. The maximum payout will be applied to 5 pilots maximum. Scouts and smalls can be either size 1 or size 2. So again, size 1 will give full payout only to a single pilot, and size 2 will give maximum payouts only for 2 pilots. Mediums can be size 1 or size 3, and largest can be size 1 or size 4. And battlefields always pay out for up to 30 pilots. So anything above that, and you will get a reduction in LP payout. The capture time, of course, depends on the ship that you will bring. Typically, scouts and smalls can be capped in 10 minutes. This is discarding the time that you will need to kill the NPCs. And from mediums to opens, the total timer is 15 minutes. And battlefield typically takes about half an hour, but it can depend quite a lot depending on the resistance. Even though these complexes have certain restrictions on sizes, it doesn't really mean that you need to bring the largest possible size to cap this plex. For example, you don't need to bring a battleship to cap a large complex. It's actually doable even in a close-range high DPS destroyer. So the appropriate DPS column shows how much DPS do you need to bring to cap the complex in reasonable time. And as you can see, large and open can be capped in a close-range destroyer, and mediums can be capped in a high DPS frigate even. And the typical strategy in faction warfare is to use frigates and destroyers, and quite rarely cruisers, and anything above cruisers is very, very rare. And finally, let's talk about the rewards. One thing that you need to remember is that victory point rewards scale a lot with plex size, so you will get significantly more victory points for your time in larger complexes. As you can see, you will get 350 victory points for open, and you will get only 25 victory points for scout, even though the open takes only 15 minutes compared to 10. And the same logic, although not to the same extent, applies to loyalty point rewards. In the last column, you will see the LP amounts that you get, that you can get in the front line if you get a maximum payout. The first number is for Navy complex, and the second number is for advanced complex. Again, you can see that you get more LP per minute for in larger complexes compared to the smaller ones. But of course, in larger complexes, you take more risks, and you can be contested by larger ships that you may not be able to fight effectively.